Hey, it's Heather, and I usually start every episode with a real enthusiastic, today is going to be an adventure in gardening. And today is certainly going to be an adventure, but an adventure in a different kind, an adventure in cleanup. Yesterday we were in the path of Tropical Storm Isaiah, and thankfully it wasn't for us in Connecticut here. It wasn't a full-on hurricane. And so before I go any further, I need to say that the theme of today is perspective, and trust me, I have perspective that this could have been so much worse for us, and that it was so much worse for so many other people. And for that I am so sorry, and my heart goes out to everybody that has been in the path of destruction of this hurricane and tropical storm. So I just wanted to say that before I show you some clips of the storm yesterday. You can hear the wind powering up from a distance. Oh my gosh. These trees have been standing a really long time. I hope they continue to stand. Hardly any rain here for us, like hardly any rain. And the sun is out. So far, just a couple of big branches down. You can see there's one, and there's one down there. There's another one in the water down there. You see the neighbor over there, right there. That used to be a big tree. Laying on its side. What a mess. I mean, it could be worse, right? So definitely perspective, because honestly, I just have a mess to clean up, that's all. It is an inconvenient mess because, plot twist, that wasn't my plan for today. Today we were supposed to have a fun family day of garden crafts. No big deal. My mom and my sister and I, we were like, okay, we're just gonna postpone and do that another day because all of us have cleanup to do. And my poor sister, oh my goodness, she, you know, years from now, we're just gonna laugh and laugh about, remember that season that all your tomato plants snapped off at the top? Yeah, not yet, it's too soon. We're not gonna laugh yet. Her garden got hit really hard. I know my mom's yard got hit really hard. And we're all gonna be working independently today in our own gardens and yards. The thing about this tropical storm that when you're going to get a storm like that in New England, we have had a pretty good drought here. You hope that you're just going to get like drenched with water, and I got very, very little rain. So unfortunately, before I start any cleanup today, I'm going to have to water everything. So that means I'm going to have to haul my garden hose over all the debris. Yesterday we had, I don't want to say it was nice. Yesterday it was kind of nice that I had a lot of time to prepare the garden and to walk around and stake things up prior to the really forceful winds hitting. And the whole time I'm walking around, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, it's so dry. Come on, rain, come on, because the wind, you know, was just beating everything up and everything was really dry. So one of the big mistakes looking back that I made was I didn't water yesterday morning because I was counting on the rain that really didn't even come. It was just like it wasn't even enough. It wasn't even enough to thoroughly water everything, at least where I am. I know my mom and my sister, they got a good like 15-minute downpour where they are. So I'm going to water first, and I'm going to walk you around and show you some of the things that I need to do today, which again, perspective, not a really huge big deal, just an inconvenience to me and a setback for my garden. The bees are going to be so disappointed today because I'm going to have to cut back these plume poppies because they're in the driveway. But I don't know how to break the news to them because I don't know if you can hear them. They are still very busy. I mean, that's to be expected with something this tall with tropical storm winds, but I'll try to stake a few of them so they can keep on doing their thing. So we have a lot of debris, as you can see, just like the tips of trees. And over in there, well, I laid a lot of my house plants down. I'll show you in just a minute, but first I want to show you my clay pot collection. That's my clay pot collection. I stashed my bicycle and the canning pot in here, and that shelf was full of all my pottery. That's on the ground. It's okay. It's all right. So, all right, so things did pretty well over in here. That olive tree, my olive tree, I did not lay down, so it fell down by itself. I think it's going to be just fine. I still see a few olives on it, but these houseplants look fine. I had stashed some of my citrus trees in between the wood there. That was a good choice. And believe it or not, all of these things I laid down yesterday, and they'll be fine. And I'll be picking them up shortly. These tomato plants, this is that Florida weave method, they're fine. All of them are fine. I think I lost some green fruit to the wind yesterday, and they were really dry, so that's to be expected, I guess. I'll take you through here. Okay, so my cart of seedlings, this is why I love this rolling cart. I rolled the cart over to the back door area, and I took my seedlings inside yesterday. The ones that I haven't planted yet, I've actually planted a lot of them, and we'll check on them in a minute. I planted the peas, the watermelon radish, the daikon radish, they're all planted. But it's actually a beautiful, beautiful morning. The milkweed is down. I'll be staking that up. I will not be cutting it. I'll be staking it because monarchs. I saw a monarch fly in as the winds were really starting to pick up yesterday, and I'm like, are you kidding? So I don't know what, I was yelling, find shelter, come back tomorrow. My marshmallow plant, that's all leaning over. Just a lot of sticks on everything. Like I said, you know, perspective. It's just going to take me a while to get back to normal. All right, let's check down the hill. Oh, I noticed that even like, I mean, the branches were just flying yesterday. This is my peony here. It's got a big old maple branch in it. So stuff like this, stuff I can't run the mower over. So I asked my dad if I could borrow his chipper. He reluctantly said yes. I guess I have a reputation not being so careful. All right, so we'll step over this. Everything looks good here. There's even a little turtle on the log down there. I just put this little lavender row in. This is, oh, what is that? Super blue. This is super blue. Looks like the cat dug there. I'm gonna have to fix that. Potatoes look normal. They look like that before the storm yesterday. All cool. Salad garden's fine. I've just replanted most of it. I knew it was going to be fine. That's the daikon radish in here. Second row, second crop of cucumbers, and I've got some peas mixed in with the beans. They all look fine. They need water, without a doubt. Oh. Jerusalem artichokes, however, yeah, that can't stay like that. They're all leaning. I'll just cut them, I guess. It's going to take me a few days to get back to normal. It's kind of weird because the wind damage was really, it was up high. It was up high wind damage for me at least. It's because I got all these really, really tall trees, I guess, taking the hit. But there is one area that I'm a little sad about. And that's my little arbor thing that I made that had the the scarlet runner bean on it. That's my arbor. It used to be there. I thought about it. Well, I thought about it most of the night last night because I saw it. I have a plan. I'll see if it works. I'm not even sure if they're broken off at the ground yet. But I mean, things like this, you know, this little cherry tomato in a tiny little pot did fine. It's just really big stuff. You know, big branches. Need to get my chainsaw out. Birds are happy because they're in the elderberries. I did not put that there. Yep, just a mess, that's all. Oh, okay, that's my daughter's tomato plants. Okay, well, we'll just pull them the other way. It's all good. And then someone's got to go get that tree out of the water, the big branch there. Little branch. It's one of my chairs. Boats are still here. Outbuildings are still fine. Count your blessings. Just a good reminder that we're really not in charge. Oh, I see some tomatoes on the ground. There's no crying in gardening. There's no crying in gardening. There's no crying in gardening. Or maybe a little crying. Oh, really? Okay. There's no crying in gardening. Except when there's tomatoes on the ground. Yeah, I got a little bit of snapping on the top. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and water and then get to work, and I'll be popping in and out to share the things that I'm doing so that wherever you are today, even if you were not impacted by a storm at all, just go on and get out there and do your very best. That's all we can do every day. And in the meantime, I'm going to be putting Humpty Dumpty back together again. I've got a basket packed with all the tools I'm going to need today and a drink, so that way I don't have to keep running back and forth to the house. But I just want to take a minute to show you my pollinator alley that looks perfect. I mean, it looks as good as it did before the storm. And these guys, these pollinators, were busy before the storm, and now look at them. They're amazing. Take a lesson from the pollinators. You just keep moving on. Alright, so I brought in the big guns to help me try to lift this trellis up over here. So I don't know if it's going to work, it might fall apart, I don't know. Rose, go swim. Where's Annabelle? Go swimming, girls. Okay, so here's what I think we should do. I think we should take this side with the intent that we're going to line it up. Yep, get it up here. So, see. Oh my gosh! All right. Yes, I think we need stakes for that side too. Here, I'm gonna get. Oh, can you do that side? So we're just gonna zip tie this to some fence posts. Maybe.
I was just gonna do it to the chicken side.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, kind of clean his lace in there.
I'm getting the seam.
Stuck there now. I'll get that.
They actually, so all of the flowers on there become, these are last year's beans here.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but you can see that they're starting to make like itty bitty baby beans. So this right here, this wiltedness, is because the striped cucumber beetles transmit that bacterial wilt in their little mouths because they're little dirty little bad bugs. They're bad bugs. All right, so where is the
Plants in the ground. Oh, they do look like the Alright. Ow! Just get bit? Or nettle?
stinging nettle? I'm like, what the heck? What's biting me?
Oh boy.
Alright, I'm kind of crooked, but that's okay. Are they even close? Yeah, okay. We can do this.
You can do this.
Right, like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
So, no?
Yeah.
Yeah? Maybe we'll last one more season?
Yeah.
At least this season?
Hopefully make a new one.
You know, if we had one more fence post, I think I'd feel better about it, but
You could totally make a new one.
yeah, I
do
would like to
this.
do that. I would like to make one, a pretty one, and put a sign on it.
We could do this.
It says the cutting garden.
You just got you on it.
Rose, get that stick. Get the stick, baby. Get the stick. Get it. Get it and bring it, Rose. Oh, not you. Oh, my word. Get it and bring it, girls. Come on, bring the stick to shore.
That's not bringing it.
No. All right, so how are we going to get that? How are we going to get that big one in? I was hoping Rose would bring it.
I guess I'm gonna go get it.
Or we could use the boat.
Okay, please. Oh, sure. Trying to lift my foot up. Where are you going?
No, I'm not going to go.
Oh, I'm going. Just me.
I'll be here to grab. We're going to have to. They're not all yours. They're not. They're not. We need to get them out of the water.
Oh, this thing's big. this thing's huge.
Maybe let's tie that rope around it. Can I do that?
Sure.
Can you reach the float and untie it? Where is the stem of the comforter?
It's down, it's over here. It's literally like right there.
Rose! Rose! Come on! Leave the frogs alone!
She's getting old.
I know. Let's see if I've got a rake that I might be able to grab it.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah. Well, this is a little branch.
Oh my goodness.
So, oh, of course I dropped the rope into the water.
No? Hold on. Or.
I have it though.
All right, ready? This is like Wonder Woman. All wrong way.
I'm trying to drag it.
Don't you tip that canoe. That's not allowed. What is that?
And I was like, oh,
Annabelle. Annabelle, no.
if I could just
Oh my
maybe
word.
tie it to the front of the canoe like the old days. I feel like Great Granny would be very disappointed.
I know, right? Great Granny was the rodeo cowgirl. She's looking down from heaven and she's like, huh? Oh my gosh. I don't want to step in the muck.
That's right. Best I can.
All right. Rose, if you would have just gotten that.
I don't know if she could have pulled this. It's pretty heavy.
There's still little branches in there, though.
Yeah, I know.
Rose. You know what? You're going to have to get the little branches with the rake. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. Bring it. Bring it. Bring it. Come on, girl. Bring it.
I gotta push off bridge. You got it?
Yeah.
That's a big old log. Holy crap, I didn't even see how big it was from over there.
Right? All right. I guess I need to go this way. I can't.
It goes to about there.
I don't want to drag it up over the wall. Oh, I see. I've got the skinny end. So pretty much the next few days I'm going to be doing exactly the same thing. I'm going to be raking and I'm going to be trimming the fallen branches, but there are like these tips of the trees everywhere. I mean, they're in the gardens, they're on the ground, they're hiding in places. I found things since our walk around this morning, I found things that need to get cleaned up. So it's 88 degrees today and there's wind, so it's hot wind, and still, we didn't get much rain, so I spent a lot of the day actually watering to try to keep things from, dying. There are plants in the vegetable garden that are not going to recover. And I'm going to take my own advice, like I gave you in one of my videos a while ago, plot twist, right? And so we're just going to move on. Now, all of these things, my inconveniences of this storm, because that's really all that it is. There are people on the East Coast that have been devastated by this storm. These are just little inconveniences. I can continue to clean things up, or I can go in the house and in the AC and wait for fall. But no, I want to keep going in my garden, so I'm just going to keep cleaning up. Now, when I start any kind of, if it's a storm cleanup or if it's spring or fall cleanup, I have like this little system that I use. I start with the area closest to my doorways and then I branch out from there, unless something is on fire and I need to go take care of something else right away. Like we did the arbor, that was a lot further away from the door. But so, and I think it's like psychological, because when you're like looking out the window or walking to the car, you see like this nice neat little area, and instead of chaos everywhere with all of the fallen leaves and the branches. So I'd love to hear from you and let me know what's happening in your garden right now. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it ugly? I mean, let me know what's going on. Is it being productive? Are you swimming in tomatoes? Everyone's different, and I'd love to know what's going on with you. Thumbs up would be greatly appreciated, and subscribe if you haven't already, so that we can stay in touch and you don't miss out on another adventure in gardening. See you soon.